In today's short video, we're going to talk about vitrification, what it means, why it's important, and how do we make it happen. I've been doing a lot of research on this. I'm certainly not the expert. I can share with you what I know, and then I can point you in the direction of the experts, because I feel like it's important that as potters, we need to understand vitrification and make sure we're getting that in our clay. So stay tuned. Hi, I'm Cindy with Cozy Mountain Pottery. I live in the mountains of Arizona. It's a chilly day, so I've got my sweatshirt on, even though it's April 17th. Today, I want to talk about vitrification, and I almost feel kind of silly talking about it because I feel like I'm such a new potter. But this is something that's really important to me, and I'm learning everything that I can about it. And so I thought if there's somebody out there that doesn't know about it or doesn't understand it or wants to know more about it, I hope that I can inspire you to do your research and learn more about vitrification and why it's important in your pottery. So when I make mugs and bowls and things that are going to hold food or water, beverages, whatever, I learned that it's best to do a test on them to make sure that the water, the beverage, is not seeping into the mug, the bowl, whatever, because if that happens, then we know that that clay is not vitrified. And if the water can get in there, bacteria can get in there, and these become not safe for food and drinks. So I started doing that. Everything that I make that's made to hold food, I fill with water, halfway with water, whatever. I put it on a folded up paper towel, sit it overnight or for several hours, and come back and check it. And if that paper towel is damp, then that cup is not, or that pot is not vitrified. This happens more than half of the time for me. So I've been really frustrated and really trying to figure this out, especially because I want to get to the point where I'm selling my pottery. And even if I'm not selling it, I'm giving it away as gifts to my family and to friends. I don't want to be giving away things that are not safe. And I've been trying to figure it out. And, a lot of the times I'm like, well, that one didn't pass the test. We'll keep that one. But then what happened was I made this cute little mug. You might have seen it in a recent kiln opening. And I think it's adorable. I carved it, and it's not a big mug. I mean, I usually make massive mugs, but it's not a big mug. I pulled the handle on this one. I didn't pull it off the mug, but I did make a pulled handle and attached. And anyways, and I dipped it in my stone denim, and I've just been really, really happy. I was really happy with this mug when it came out of the kiln. So I initially thought about giving it to my son, and then I decided to do something else for him for his birthday. So I just thought, well, I'm going to keep this one for me because I love it so much. It's just so cute. It's my first, carved mug that I'm just real happy with. So the first thing I did, took it in the house, washed it and had a cup of coffee in it. And I confess, I left a tiny little bit of coffee in the bottom of it, walked away, forgot about it. It was sitting on my vanity. I found it, I don't know, hours later, maybe the next day. I don't remember. And so it had this coffee in it. And then it occurred to me, you know what? I didn't water test that mug. So I cleaned it out and making sure not to get the bottom wet. So I cleaned it out, rinsed it out, whatever, filled it up halfway with water, put it on a folded up paper towel, let it sit overnight. And this is what I found the next morning. The coffee that I'd had in this mug apparently had soaked into the bottom of the mug. And then when I put the water in it and water tested it, that just kind of pushed it through or whatever. I don't know. So then I looked at the bottom of the mug. Are you kidding me? 1 cup of coffee, you guys. 1 cup of coffee is all that has been in this mug other than the water for the water test. That's it. That's it. And this was perfectly clean before that. So as you can imagine, I was really disgusted and really worried. I can't have that. I can't give away stuff like that. I can't sell stuff like that. I shouldn't be drinking out of things like that. So I decided, okay, I really need to figure this out. So the first place I went was YouTube to Ceramic Materials Workshop. If you don't follow them, I highly suggest giving them a follow, checking them out. It's Matt and Rose. They are scientists. They've got degrees in science and all things clay and pottery and glaze, and and that's what they do. They're basically like consumer reports for potters. Truly, is what they are. They do tests on clay bodies. They do tests on glazes. They make their own glazes. They do all sorts of things. I've learned so much from them. I immediately went to their channel because I remembered that I had seen, as I was browsing through their channel, that Rose did a video on water absorption, because I'd done enough research to know that this problem with the cup not passing the water test has to do with the water absorption rate of the clay. So according to ASTM, in order for a functional piece of pottery to be considered food safe, the absorption rate needs to be 0.5% or below. I currently use Laguna B Mix. I believe the number is 401. I'll put it on the screen here. I'll have to look it up, but I think it's 401. That's what I've been using. It doesn't have any grog in it, and I really like it because it's just very easy to work with, and I'm a new potter, and I went to that manufacturer's website to look at the absorption rate for the clay I'm using. The absorption rate, according to the manufacturer, is 2.3%. Oh, that's much higher than 0.5%. And I was like, oh dear. Well, according to Matt and Rose from Ceramic Materials Workshop, you can do a test. We can all do a test at home, and should, on every bag of clay that we open, we should do this test to make sure that we know what we're working with. So Matt and Rose, they have done extensive testing on several different clay bodies, and there's a video on it. I'll find that video and I'll link it in the description below. But they've done a lot of testing on different clay bodies and have found that the actual absorption rate of the clay body does not very often meet what the manufacturer says the absorption rate is. And that's something that we as potters selling functional ware, gifting functional ware, eating out of our own functional ware, we need to be very mindful of that. So there's a pretty simple test that we can do. And again, they say that this should be done on every single bag of clay that we have. To take a piece of that clay, make a little puck. You don't have to biscuit, just let it get bone dry, and then fire it to the temperature that you glaze fire to, whatever that temperature is for the clay that you're using. And then you take that puck and you weigh it in grams and you document that weight. Then you take that puck and you boil it in distilled water for 5 hours. At the end of the 5 hours, you take that puck out, you take a sponge and you get all the excess water off of the outside, because we only want to weigh what that puck absorbed during that boiling period. So you dab the water off the outside of it, weigh it again, document that weight. And now you take those two measurements and you divide and conquer and just find the square root of and multiply and subtract. It's all sorts of mathematical stuff it's not that hard, I promise, but I can't remember what it is right now. And that's why I want you to go watch their video, because they're the experts and they're going to explain it much better than I can. But through doing this, then you find out what your clay absorbed and what its absorption rate is. And it may be different from what the manufacturer says it is. And that way you know what you're getting out of this bag of clay. So I recently purchased a bag of Laguna Electric Brown. I'll put it on the screen here. I don't remember what the number is, because I want a darker clay. I want to play with a darker clay. But I also, after all of this happened, I want a clay that even the manufacturer says has a 0.5% or less absorption rate. And the Laguna Electric Brown says 0.5%. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to try it, but I'm going to test it and I'm going to see. I haven't even opened the bag yet. I've just had a lot of things going on, but I'm going to make a puck out of the new clay and out of the B mix that I currently have. And I'm going to test them both. And I want to see what the absorption rate is, because I'm guessing that the absorption rate on the B mix that I've been using is not safe for functional wear. That's just my guess. What do you think? So anyway, I will link to the videos that Matt and Rose have put out on the subject. But again, I really highly recommend that you go to their channel and check them out. I think they're just awesome. I mean, they are scientists. They are like Consumer Reports for potters, and everything that they do is all about testing, finding what's the truth. They teach about mixing glazes. They do classes. They're just really, really awesome. So I want you to, if you're interested in this, go check them out. But also, if you have any information that you can share with me and with the other people watching this and reading the comments about vitrification and your take on it and what you've done, drop it in the comments. Let us know, because I'm a sponge. I want to learn. I want to understand. And I want to know that I'm giving away and selling and using food safe functional wear, not this. So together we're going to figure this out. And I think it's really important for potters that we know this and we understand this. I mean, the craft itself is fun. It's fun to throw on the wheel. It's fun to hand build. It's fun to, glaze and find different glaze combinations and put them in the kiln and see how they turn out. Open the kiln and look at all these different beautiful colors. But we need to know that what we're doing, especially on things that are going to be used for food, we need to know that they're safe. So it's a short video today. I just wanted to share with you what's going on, and mostly I just wanted to show what's going on. And this is not good, you guys. This is not good. This is not safe. We got to get to the bottom of this. I may not make a whole video on me doing the tests on these things, because Rose at Ceramic Materials Workshop has done that, and I really want you to go watch her video. I want you to watch Matt's video talking about testing clay bodies. For instance, they tested a particular clay body. I don't remember what it is, but and all this information is on their website. What they found out in that test, because of all the graphs and charts and everything that they do, and they do so many tests just to help us potters, they found out that the clay body that the manufacturers said vitrifies at cone 6 actually did not vitrify until cone 10. That's not acceptable, you guys. That's not acceptable at all. So I want to learn as much as I can about this. And I just wanted to share this with you because I know there's probably other people out there that want to learn about this too. So stay tuned. I will let you know how my tests come out as soon as I get them done. And we're going to figure this out together. So thank you so much for watching. Thanks for being here. I appreciate all your comments. I appreciate every like, every subscribe. It means the world to me. And wherever you are around the world, I hope you're having a wonderful day. And I hope you're enjoying pottery, whether it's making pottery or watching other people make pottery. There's so much joy in it. Thanks for being here, and I'll see you on the next one.
From my hands to yours, it's a piece of the